Today, man, I thought we could speak about having a discipline awakening. You might wonder, dude, what's a discipline awakening? I know about a spiritual awakening. What about a discipline awakening? So, dude, I can explain it for us. What I found in my own path, dude, is that you can have shifts in consciousness on various different things. One of those things that you can have a shift of consciousness around is discipline. So, for a lot of my life, man, I approach discipline as, it's this hard thing. But you know what? Something in me, something deep down within my wisdom knew that discipline is actually what I want to be doing. It's not just the thing that leads me to, feeling good. It's no. Discipline is the way. Discipline is the reward. Discipline leads you to the good life, right? You know this, man. So this is what I've had in my own life, and I want to share it with you, man. I want to channel my insights on this topic. Discipline is part and parcel of the spiritual lifestyle. Really, man, I'll get it down to the absolute essence of what it is. A discipline awakening is realizing that discipline is freedom. But not like Jocko Willink has told you, not like other people say it, man. I'm talking about something profound and spiritual and maybe even mystical. You have actually always enjoyed discipline. You've always enjoyed it on a subtle spiritual level. Why have you always enjoyed discipline? I would put forward, dude, that you've enjoyed discipline because of how it makes you feel. Because you can sense that there's a higher reward that you're tapping into. You know that you change your state of mind when you're disciplined. You gain a certain momentum that when you're disciplined. Even deeper than this, man. In your heart and really in your spirit, you know that this is the way to live. Now, how do you go about having this shift in consciousness on discipline? The way that you create it for yourself is you become consistently disciplined and then you notice how that feels. You want to lean into the discipline lifestyle, firstly just to literally have it. In other words, we're looking for a certain insight or realization, but that can't happen unless we are first disciplined. So your goal, man, to begin with, is just to practice discipline. It means doing the harder thing. It means challenging yourself. It means applying mental discipline. And throughout this, I want you to notice that you will begin to tap into different states of mind. Namely, you'll have more clarity. You might even experience higher consciousness, a clearer state, a more refined, sharper state of mind. This is quite characteristic of having discipline and having a disciplined mind. Now, the juicier insights and realizations come when you begin to reflect. You begin to have this as a lifestyle, you reflect and you contemplate. What you're looking for is a moment of realization where you realize, dude, I think I prefer this. Oh my God. This is the way. This is the way to live. You realize throughout your whole life you've been putting discipline off as something you've got to do to, the gym. For me, it's spiritual practice. I've got to meditate. Dude, no. We got it backwards. Discipline is the way. Your mind opens up and even your consciousness begins to shift as you realize this. And it's not conceptual, nor are we speculating anything. No, we're not thinking. No, we're realizing. We're getting something. Insight is happening. And what you realize is discipline is the way you want to live. You love discipline. You love when you are disciplined. You love how discipline makes you feel. As you experience all of this and you're open to it, you're like, yes, I'm going to lean into it more. I'm going to see how far I can take this. You realize, oh my gosh, I've now begun to understand discipline. I'm having a discipline awakening. Dude, I think I love discipline. For me, man, I started to put discipline way up on my values list. I started to journal and realize, dude, I love a few things in life. I love consciousness, I love wisdom, I love mysticism, I love being a sage. I love discipline. Because discipline helps with all these things. Discipline helps with consciousness. Discipline helps with a clear mind. Discipline seems to always provide momentum. Discipline means that, for me personally, I'm not as anxious as much. I used to be a pretty anxious dude. I used to be addicted to pornography. I used to eat a bunch of junk food, bro. And now, as I live this disciplined lifestyle, I'm like weirdly free. I'm like, what's going on here, bro? It's because I've had this discipline awakening. But here's the thing, man. I'm not doing discipline out of obligation or because I need to do it because, I've got these things to do. No. I'm doing it because I realize. It's through realization. It's a conscious awakening that this is how I want to live. I'm actively choosing it. And this is where you start to wake up because you're like, wait a second, man. I've really been thinking that discipline is something that I kind of needed to do. And now you're realizing, holy crap, it's authentic. I actually authentically want to be disciplined. It's intrinsic. Your desire for it is intrinsic. It's not extrinsic. Your mind is being blown. You're realizing the implications of this. Now that you like discipline, oh, dude, life's going to be awesome. Life's going to be so good. You can tell in your soul that you've set yourself up here for something incredible. You can tell intuitively that the good life, you know what the good life is, man. It's living consciously. It's living with principles. It's living with discipline. You've put the pieces together. You've connected the dots. You're picking up what I'm saying here, man. You realize that discipline leads you there, and now you like it, and now you want it, and now it's it's because you have awoken to it. Before you were asleep and you just did discipline as a means to an end. Now you choose discipline for its own sake. You know that being disciplined is its own reward. You love the spiritual benefits of discipline, the mental benefits of discipline. All the benefits you are inviting into your soul. And you're getting this at the level of the soul. That's why it's an awakening. You're not just realizing, man, I guess I feel good after the gym. I guess I feel good when I take care of myself. No, it's far more profound than that. It is a complete recontextualization of what discipline is and how you do it for its own sake. When you wrap your head around it, you realize that you've effectively fallen in love with doing hard things, with doing difficult things, with doing the more emotionally mature thing. You've reframed this thing, this discipline thing, in such a way where you've unlocked your whole life. It changes. I was about to say it, man. It changes everything. It does. It does. It does. And again, I want to emphasize it happens on the level of consciousness and on the level of, I guess, mind as well. You just really get it, man. You really get it on that deep level. Finally. Honestly, man, I think I wanted this my entire life. And here's the thing, you've got to train it as well. It'll open up a little bit for you and, you have a little bit of momentum. And then you've got to commit to continuing to do those things which are disciplined and continue to show yourself how good it feels. Man, I go back and forth on this every day. Sometimes when I even watch my own videos, or at least I skim over them, when I say things like, I don't know, man, self-discipline is the reward. Well, I can't remember what I've said in previous videos, dude. But I realized that I've always wanted this, man. I've always wanted to make the pivot and just choose to enjoy doing hard things. Because I've known for so long, man, that doing hard things is what life is about. It's about the challenge and the growth. I'm very conscious of that. I'm sure you are too, man. But for so long, man, I just fought against it. I was just in a battle. You know that, man? Whereas this way of life, this way of being, it's a different paradigm. The same struggle doesn't exist because you have a different relationship to the discipline. You know what, man? This is very much similar to the no PMO, the final video I ever did on no PMO, it wasn't about how to quit. It was about changing your paradigm and your relationship to pornography. Because it's easy once you have the right paradigm. And in the same way, man, with discipline, you just need the right paradigm. You just need to live in the right self and mind, which views discipline as something to be enjoyed, as a higher value, as something which leads to higher consciousness. I guess the real question, man, is, do you want to listen to your spirit? Do you want to listen to your soul? Because listen, bro, I'll be honest with you, when I've got the part of me that would much rather just take the easier way out. I can spiritually bypass pretty much anything, bro. Or rather, let me rephrase that. I can spiritually justify things. You know, I'll be really honest, man. I I used to when I was really indulgent with PMO, I used to relapse like hard. And I used to spiritually justify it. And I would be, just in all kinds of strange, self-deceptive BS, right? Now it's like feeling liberated from that because there's no more BS. It's just, I see clearly. I see that discipline is what I want. And so what I'm doing, if you're curious about my personal process, man, I'm aligning my whole life with this realization, with this awakening. This is the integration part. It's not enough just to, fast for like a day or two and be like, dude, I feel so clean. Oh my gosh. No, it's integrating fasting once a week, every morning, however you want to do it, brother. I'll be completely honest, man. The reason I do it is because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. I like feeling good. I really, really value feeling good. And so as a result, I've made this transformation with discipline. I've had this discipline awakening. And you know what, man? I'm really going into a part of me right now. Part of me doesn't even want to tell you this. You know why? Because it would be safer for me to not mention it. And then I can kind of just in my own mind at least, not have this associated with me. Not have this discipline awakening associated with me. But I realized that part of my growth, man, is to put this stuff out there, to set my own standard higher, to say yes, to confirm to myself, yeah, dude, I'm doing this. This is how I choose to live. So as you can tell, man, I'm not perfect. I would never be claiming to be perfect. But I will say, everything is spiritually perfect. That is true. Regardless, man, I want to be open about how there's been a lot of struggle. And I've come a long way with this, man. I've always known in my soul that discipline is the answer. And the truth is, man, even from 4 years old, I was doing martial arts, man. From 4 till 12 and rugby and fitness. I've trained nearly every day, most days, since I've been freaking 14, dude. So, I value discipline, and I have for many years, over a decade. However, I gotta say, it's taken me ages to get here, man, and I want you to feel that from me. You don't have to, man, but I guess what I'm sharing here, man, really, is it's when it's become real, profound, and life-changing. That's why I'm sharing this discipline awakening with you, rather than just, dude, be more disciplined. That's cool, and honestly, man, I'll probably still say that. But if you really want to live the good life, if you want to live a conscious life, invest in having a discipline awakening. And if you're not sure where to begin, just be more disciplined, and you will see. Your job is to listen. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. Pay attention to the consciousness shifts. Pay attention to how you feel. You feel good. That's what you want. Okay, man. Final thing from me is going to be this. If I've said something today that has resonated with you, that speaks to your soul, and you'd like to receive support from me one-to-one, I do offer coaching and mentoring. And so if that sounds like something you're interested in, you can see the link in the description. You can book a free call with me. Okay, man. That is going to be it for us. My brother, take good care. Lots of love, man. And as always, brother, peace.